This is our standard average. So I'm going to, Excel function for that is called average, as you may have guessed. So I'm just going to put it here. And you simply have to select the numbers that are going to go into that average. So on a typical week, you make about 0.21%. Thinking, well, that doesn't sound very high. But remember, there are 52 weeks. On a compound basis, that's 11.3% a year. Okay. Those of you who haven't taken my classes, my color codes mean things. This means it's kind of a final formula. Unless you know what you're doing, don't touch there. Normally I make those red, but looking into formulas in this environment is not visually very appealing. So I make it purple. And these are my inputs. So I'm going to make them dark green. And you have a green light to change them. That's kind of the idea. Again, these are my color formats because this is my file. If you want to do it your own way, you do it your own way in your file. As long as I know what that means, we're good. Another typical number is, the idea is, it's kind of a number in the middle. So we're going to calculate the median. Well, the function for that is median. Again, I'm going to pick the same set of numbers. Or copy and right click, paste on into format. Here's what that means. Over those 30 years, how many weeks do I have? 1,564 weeks. Exactly half the time, SPY had a return that is less than 0.31%, and exactly half the time, more than 0.31%. It literally means the number in the middle, okay? You sort everything from low to high or high to low, doesn't matter. You pluck out the one in the middle. Now, other than the interpretation, there is something very important that's different about mean and median. The arithmetic average is what we call in statistics a non-robust number. That means it is sensitive to outliers. For some stupid reason, let's say the first weeks of return was 112%. Okay? Let's look at the change in arithmetic average and median. I basically added 100% to one of the days. That's it. Median has not changed at all, but the arithmetic average went up by about 6 basis points. A basis point is 1% of a percent. Okay? I mean, I changed only one number in 1,500 numbers. So it is sensitive to outliers. You can also get some summary stats, minimum, maximum, min, plus, oh, sorry, negative in front. This basically says there was 1 week where S&P 500 lost about 20% of its value in 1 week. You can probably guess what that week was. It's either during COVID times or 2008 or what you want to call the NASDAQ crash of 99. You can actually figure out when that is, but actually let me show you the date for that. I'm doing this to show you a nice little function in Excel. But to work with this, switch their cuts, order. There's a function called VLOOKUP. It looks up a certain number in the vertical list in the first column. So I wanted to find that number in this table. And once it finds the match, grab the second column. Oh. Okay. Copy. Paste formats. Okay. Turns out it was in 2008. Not that this is important, but and the highest weekly return was on 24 November 2008. You guys are too young to remember those days. It was horrible. Now, as you can see, these maximum or minimum numbers are very big. Absolutely. So, arithmetic average is very sensitive to those outliers. There is another number. Here's what I'm going to do. To calculate that one, we need to calculate 1 plus the return. It's called geometric average. Name of that function is geomean. Average these, but since I added 1 to everything, deduct it back. What geometric average for return purposes means, let me actually write it as a formula. of R1 through Rn. There are n returns. The formula for that is 1 plus R1 times 1 plus R2, 1 plus Rn, everything raised to the power 1 over n minus 1. Geometric average of return, the geometric average return means if you were to earn that geometric average every single week and you started with $1 and just compounded that over 1,564 weeks, it's going to tell you how much money you would have made about 30 years from. Alternatively, let me add let's say we started with $1. First week, that $1 has become 1 plus that. Again, this is now $1. After that, the previous week times 1 plus that week's return